Hi there, I'm Shane Savage. I'm the founder of the Sonder Acting Studio, and I'm here to answer some FAQs about our Ensemble program. So in a nutshell, this Ensemble program is a 6-month course that is broken down into 4 levels that are 6 weeks each. It is designed so that actors can take a break if they need to. It's quite flexible. So once you graduate level 1 and you qualify for level 2, if you need to take a little break, feel free. You can come back the next time that level 2 is offered, so on and so forth. I run this in groups of 6. They are incredibly small classes, and I keep them small for a reason. When there's only 6 people in a group, there is absolutely no hiding, and I hold you to an incredibly high standard, but I also want you to hold yourself to that high standard. And when there's no hiding, you must arrive prepared to the absolute best of your ability every single time, no exceptions. There's a really interesting study that came out of the University of South Wales called the Bad Apple Effect, where they studied a bunch of high-functioning groups, and they found that if there is one person who does not show up, or who is distracted, or who is tired, who is not pulling their weight inside a group of people who are performing at an elite level, the collective intelligence of that group drops by 30%. So I keep the groups incredibly small so that we can lessen the likelihood that that is going to happen. Rising tides raise all ships, and we are all in it together. Who is this program designed for? Really, in short, everybody. And we've seen incredible results from this. So when I say everybody, I mean I have actors who are greener, who are taking this, who don't really have a technique that they're using, and they're looking to do some intensive technique study. I also have actors who have degrees, or who have been working for literal decades in this industry, who have come and taken these ensemble classes as a way to reconnect to their technique. I actually find the longer an actor is working, the more bad habits they develop. So a lot of the time they want to come in and they go, oh my gosh, it's so nice to reconnect to this, or to fine-tune my instrument, reconnect to their craft, or they go, ooh, I've been cutting corners because I assumed that I know this, but I got to work a little harder. So it is designed for people who are a little greener and people who are incredibly experienced. And the beautiful thing about these small groups is that we group you together with people that we think you're going to flourish the best with. That doesn't mean that there are elite groups and beginner groups. I actually prefer to mix you all together because it's all 101 and there's no such thing as an advanced acting mistake. Why 4 levels? Oh, I touched on that. It's basically offering flexibility. So it's a 6-month course, but you have the opportunity to start and stop when you need to. It makes it a little bit more accessible financially as well. I have a very strict lockout policy. I get questioned on this a lot. The reason why I have a strong lockout policy is that it's all about respect. It is about respect for the craft, it's about respect for yourself, respect for your classmates, and respect for your instructor, right? The simplest thing that you can do to show that respect to yourself, your classmates, your craft, and your instructor is to be here early, warmed up, ready to go. Class starts exactly on time with no exceptions, no refunds. It's not fun for me to implement this rule if somebody's running late, and everybody always has a really good reason. But for the sake of protecting the sanctity of the work here and the standards that I hold you to and hold myself to, I must implement it. It does seem harsh, but you only have to learn that lesson once and you will never be late again. Why have we asked for an application process? Now this is quite simple and we are not trying to trick you. We need to see that you can follow instructions. Like I've mentioned, I hold you to an incredibly high standard in here, right? That doesn't mean that you have to be a good actor. That doesn't mean that you have to know everything. But there are 2 things that I cannot teach you. That is work ethic and intelligence. I cannot teach you that. So like I said about the bad apple effect, there's no room for anybody to bring down the collective intelligence of this group. Now I know that that sounds a little bit elitist. It's not actually about how smart you are, it's about whether you have the ability to follow instructions. We're not trying to trick anybody with this. I'm being completely open with that being the purpose. There are some very simple instructions to follow to submit a one-page self-tape. I ask you to do a whole lot of homework. There is so much work that happens in between classes, and I can't hold your hand for that. I will teach you all of the tools that you need to complete that to the very best of your ability, but I cannot hold your hand. So this is basically saying if you have the ability to work, simply. Okay, I've also been asked why you must be asked to advance to the next level. So not everybody that completes level 1 is asked to return for level 2. I've had a few students that I need to ask to repeat level 1. This is because, all of it is quite intensive, but level 2 up is extremely intensive. In level 2, I just had a class last week where I asked actors to prepare a song, a 3-minute monologue, and 3 scenes, and then on top of that we still did exercises in class. Now we can only work that efficiently because there is a basic understanding that everybody has the same fundamentals. I'm not needing to reteach any of the basics that we've covered in level 1. You bring in that standard of work every single time, and then we do the fine-tuning on top of that with every exercise designed to strengthen your toolkit, to give you different skills on top of your foundational technique. So again, it's not that we're being elitist, but we have to protect the quality of the work. I have never asked anybody to leave, but I have asked some people to repeat some lessons for your own sake, because you will get left behind when I start giving you that much homework in between classes, which also simulates the life of a working actor. If you are on set and having to learn a ton of different scenes while also putting down an audition for your next thing. I really hold you to an incredibly high standard here. In fact, I probably give you more work than a working actor is going to have, so that when you're in the trenches and doing that work, it's probably going to feel like a breeze. It's not going to be overwhelming because I've already kicked your butt. I think that's everything. My approach to the work, you'll see this on the website anyway. Most of my training is Hagen-based. I've trained extensively under Howard Fine, both as an actor and as an educator. I served on his faculty in Australia. So most of my work is Hagen-based. The prerequisite for the course is that everybody has to have read either Uta Hagen's Challenge for the Actor or Howard Fine's Fine on Acting, A Vision of the Craft. I will reference those books consistently, so that's where I'm coming from. My approach to the work is equal parts incredible discipline and stupid playtime. And I know it sounds like I'm like, work hard, work hard, work hard. But I stress that so that we can simply play and create and discover from a place of joy. If you don't have the discipline to tune your instrument, you won't have freedom when you come to play it. Right, so we do foster a childlike sense of wonder so that you can play with abandon, but you can only trust your instrument if you've done the tuning. I think the best work comes from the combination of those two. Most actors fall into one of those categories far more easily than the other. So it's my goal as an educator to help marry those skills so that those people that are really good at playing get a bit of discipline, and those people who are incredibly good at the discipline learn how to release that and start to play as well. I have one more question that I've just forgotten. Auditing. Can you audit a class? Yes, you absolutely can. Level 1 is open to audit. Level 2, 3, and 4 are quite advanced, and we do some quite complex exercises, and I need to make sure that the room feels safe enough to explore what we do in here. So I keep levels 2, 3, and 4 closed to protect the sanctity of the work and to help the artists in the room. But level 1, while we're working on 6 weeks of text analysis, that is all open to audit. If you would like to audit, you can fill out a form on our website, or you can email us, admin@sonderacting.com. We would love to meet you. You can come and see the work in real life and ask us any questions that you may have. If you have any more questions that I haven't answered in this video, email us, admin@sonderacting.com, and either myself or a member of my team will get back to you with those answers. See you in class.